So this morning I want to bring a quick message entitled Truly Free. After all, it is a freedom festival and we're here to celebrate freedom. And so I want to bring this message this morning and pray that it is a blessing to you. And I promise I won't keep you that awful long. So you ready? Yes. All right, truly free. Let's pray. Father, I pray that you just continue to show us your mighty hand and that you will quicken me by the power of your Spirit and help me to be able to just think clearly and speak clearly. For the Spirit is willing and the flesh is weak. And God, I just need you today. I've had a lot of fun and it's taken a lot of energy. And I lay everything at the foot of the cross today. Because my heart is that those that have gathered, maybe today they'll get a little different picture in their mind of who you are. And maybe a little different picture of Life's Own Christian Church. At least they'll know that they're a group of people down here that they can trust and that they can find a refuge in. So Lord, we love you and worship you. Be in our midst in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so what I want to give you is what I call the Holy Triad of freedom. 3 strong points that can transform your life and your eternity. A holy triad. Now, most of you probably only heard that word triad on some Jackie Chan movie or something, right? How many of you heard of Jackie Chan, one of them kung fu? A triad is usually one of those foreign mafia groups, but today it's a holy triad. It's 3 points that if you will grab and thrust into your life, your eternity will change and your life here and now will change. And so the first point in the holy triad is forgiveness. Forgiveness. I've pulled up some scriptures, but I want to talk about the Greek word that underlies in our English Bibles the word forgiveness, and it is aphesis. And in the Greek, its definition is freedom. So in the Bible, when it's talking about forgiveness, it's really talking about freedom. Think about that freedom and forgiveness are interchangeable, that really the essence of forgiveness, the structure of it, is freedom. Christ came to forgive us. Christ came to set us free. So if we're going to be a free people, we have to understand forgiveness. We have to understand forgiveness. In Acts 26:18, the Apostle Paul, was reiterating his transformation in Jesus Christ before King Agrippa. King Agrippa, a very powerful man, had the power to destroy the Apostle Paul. Paul was reiterating the words of Christ to the great king. And these words are recorded in Acts 26:18, and it's on the screen. It says, to open their eyes in order to turn them from darkness to light and from the power of Satan to God, that they may receive forgiveness, that they may receive free, that they may receive to be free, forgiveness, freedom of sins, and an inheritance among those who are sanctified by faith in me. And of course, the me that was talking in that instance is Jesus Christ. And so, if we're going to embark on a true journey of being truly free, we have to be truly free from the consequence of sin that comes from being forgiven by God. He grants us that forgiveness when we cry out. So we all have sin and we need God's forgiveness. And Jesus on the cross is like a snowplow. You've probably never heard that one before, right? Have you ever heard that one before? Jesus on the cross is like a snowplow. And here's my little illustration for today when we talk about forgiveness. Now, when it's a snowstorm and there's a lot of snow, if you had a truck in your driveway and a snowplow that could go on that truck, if you try to drive the truck without the snowplow and 2 feet of snow, how far are you going to go? Not far at all. And this is interactive here at Life's Own. We like to talk back and forth to each other. It's not disrespectful. We're here to learn. But it would be foolish of me to have an F-250 and a huge Myers snowplow in the driveway, 2 foot of snow, to try to drive the truck without the snowplow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to affix that snowplow to the truck. I'm going to get it working, and I'm going to go and I'm going to start to plow the snow out of my way. And my vehicle is going to drive on the road. It's going to drive on clean ground as the plow pushes it away. And forgiveness for you and I is like this. Jesus is available to all. Whosoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Forgiveness is there, readily available, like the snowplow sitting in the driveway. Many of us humans, we try to drive our lives without Jesus plowing the sin out of our way. And as a result, we're stepping in a lot of big stuff. And we're tripping and falling and we're slipping. But Jesus and His forgiveness applied to your life, you now have Christ in the power of His cross and resurrection to totally cast your sin as far as the east is from the west, like a snowplow blowing snow from the right and from the left. Jesus will do that for you and I. And you'll be forgiven. And what will that entail you? A free and straight passage to your destination, which is heaven by the power of Jesus Christ. Jesus is a snowplow. Amen? Amen. He is a snowplow. So like it, He does those things. But then also, there's another aspect of forgiveness and freedom. See, we need to be free in God's eyes from the penalty of our sin. We need to trust Christ and be forgiven. But then there's also the sin between people. There's, at times I sin against my wife. At times I sin against some of you, and I've got to be willing to say, I messed up. A lot of folks in our world today are too prideful to say, I was wrong, I was in error. And that is destructive. What we need to do is humble ourselves and let God take care of the details. I'm going to give us a scripture here, Ephesians 4:32. And be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven you. Forgiveness. The most critical point in being truly free, because forgiveness is really freedom. We're not truly free unless we're forgiven by God. And then as we live this life, we're not truly free unless we're forgiving one another in a similar fashion as God has forgiven us. So forgiveness is the first and most crucial point in the Holy Triad. The second is love. Only the Bible teaches true love. I would not know how to love my wife, but God's Word said, Chris, you are to love your wife like Jesus Christ loved the church and willing to die. I would not have an understanding of love if it wasn't for the Bible. The world teaches that love is an emotion that grows. That love is just a fuzzy feeling that you have towards somebody. And that love can come and go. But what I learned in God's Word is that it's not a feeling. It is a choice. Love is a choice. Love is a choice. Love is a choice. When your child rebels against you, disobeys you, and instead of casting them out of your house and out of your life, you discipline them. You choose to love them because love will give what is needed, not what is wanted. And you choose to love them and allow them to be in your house and try to steer them in the right direction. You still love them. You may not feel like you love them. I had a Camaro back in the day, and my daughters were little, and they used to ride these little scooters out in front of the driveway. And one day, my daughter Lainey, she's awesome on the drums now, but she was a little tight. She decided to carve her name in a Camaro on the quarter pounder with a quarter. Lainey was here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet it's still in Texas to the guy I sold the car to. I bet it's still saying Lainey is here. Now, in that moment, did I like her? I didn't like her. She was beautiful. What were you, 5, 6 years old? I loved her, but I didn't like her in that moment. I had to walk around the driveway going, oh my gosh, $2,500? What? Who gave you the car? Who taught you how to write already? You're and I had to deal with that. But I loved her, but I didn't like her. I had to choose to love her, and I had to choose to work through it. God had to say, look, son, that car isn't half as important as that daughter of mine is. You better wake up. So I had to choose to love, and I had to work through it. Love is a choice, amen? It is. It's not a feeling. It is to put the well-being of others first. And I know she was excited. She's like, wow, I'm a part of Dad's car now. So, but love is a choice, because what the Bible teaches me is that God, every time He talks of love, He moves. He is an active God, and He is shouting His love through action. He never just spoke of it. He came to serve. He said, for even the Son of Man didn't come to be served, but to serve and to give His life a ransom for many. He spoke of so much love. He said, John 3:16, we all know it. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. Love calls God to give. Love required an action. God says, I'm going to show you what love is. I'm going to do. I'm going to come. I'm going to be incarnated. Emmanuel, God with you. You can't understand who I am when I speak to you from heaven. I'm going to speak to you by way of being Jesus Christ on the earth. For God so loved that He gave and became and spoke. In John 15:12 and 13, this is some of the greatest advice for all of us. This is my commandment. Jesus was teaching them. He says, this is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. When Jesus is talking about love, He's talking about action. He's talking about sacrifice. Love always causes us to need to sacrifice in one form or fashion. We've got to die to ourselves that we might be alive to someone else and help them see who God is. And that's really what it is. Greater love is no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. The Bible says if we'll humble ourselves, God will exalt us. He has the sun and the moon and all of the stars, and He controls all of the orbit and all of the tides, and He can do all of that stuff. Then He certainly can manage any inconsistency or crazy circumstance in our lives. Love one another, He says, as I've loved you. No greater love than this, than a man lay down his life. So it's action and sacrifice is what defines love. Love is not emotion. Love is not a simple word. Love is action, followed by passion, followed by sacrifice. Second point in the Holy Triad, love. So we've got forgiveness, we've got love, and then as a result of having those two, we can have a refuge. A place of sanctuary, a place of safety and security and sufficiency, because at the end of the day, that's what we all desire. Safety and security and sufficiency. I want safety from ISIS. I want safety from the threat of war. I want safety and security. God Almighty is our refuge. He said, whosoever lives and believes in Him will never die. Do we believe this? We've got a gift that not even death can take from us, and that is a strong tower. That is a refuge. That is something that you and I can trust in. Psalm 91:1, the Bible says, he that dwells, talking about us, in the secret place of the Most High. That's kind of where we were when we were singing. We're singing to the Lord. We're worshiping Him. We're dwelling in that secret place of the Most High. We're here in the flesh, but in our heart and mind, we're thanking God for the cross. We're thanking God for the resurrection. Thanking Him for His word that changes and transforms our life. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. My God, in Him will I trust. Now, over the course of my walking with Jesus, I've seen Him do some tremendous things. I've seen Him heal people who were on deathbeds. I've also been a part of praying for folks who never got better, and they drew their final breath and they went on. God was just as much a refuge to those two groups of people, because when we draw our final breath, Jesus said, I'm the resurrection and the life. You don't have to worry about death. I've conquered it. I've conquered death, hell, and the grave. You don't have to worry about it, because Jesus said, He said, I come to deliver you through the fear of death, where all your lives living in bondage, the book of Hebrews speaks about. So God is a refuge. We cling to Him. We run to Him. Don't use Him like a spare tire. And we don't have just crisis Christianity, but we can lean on the everlasting arm for real. I mean, just because we serve God doesn't mean our life is going to be free from assault and pain and sorrow and anguish. Oh, I think it's right the opposite. Jesus said, hey, guess what? They really didn't like me, and I was raising dead people in front of them. So guess what? you probably won't be raising too many dead people, and they're really not going to like you. What he said? That's what you signed up for, but I'd rather have my name written in heaven than a big banner here on earth. Amen? I really would rather that. God is our refuge. Psalm 46:1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. He is a mighty refuge and a mighty source of strength to his people. So when storms in this life come, we need the one true God, who is Jesus Christ, to forgive our sins, show us love, and to be our eternal refuge. The Holy Triad. Forgiveness, love, and a refuge. That is what I live by. And I pray that you'll grab a hold of it and put it into your life. I just want to leave you with a few final thoughts before we get ready to close. So I ask this question pertaining to this Holy Triad. Have you experienced forgiveness of sin from God? Are you free? And is heaven your eternal home? Have you confessed and cried out to God that, Lord, I'm a sinner. I know Christ died for me. Forgive me of my sin. And in that forgiveness, I know I'm free. Have you done that? Is heaven your eternal home? Secondly, I encourage you to draw nearer to God, and you will know his true love. He says if you draw near to him, he will draw near to you. And you've got some hurts, some pains in your life. Maybe some people who claim to know God hurt you very deeply. I'm here to tell you that Jesus is a healer. Jesus never meant for that pain. He is not manifested in that situation of life where it has caused you intense pain. He's come to overcome the enemy. Our enemies come to steal, to kill, and to destroy, but Jesus has come that we could have life, that we could have it more abundantly. So draw nearer to him, and know that he loves you and cares for you. He died and rose again for you. Know that you, as an individual, are important to the Creator. He hasn't left us here. He's given us breath and life and everything good. And then thirdly, this morning, is God your refuge? Is he who you run to when things get crazy? Or is there something or someone else? I say let it be Jesus. Let him lead you, love you, and fight for you. And as you do that, you will be truly free. I lived a lot of my years outside of God's will, doing my own thing, trying to do my own thing in my own way. And when I was 21, I turned my life around and I cried out to Jesus. And everything has been totally different. Not perfect. I'm a very imperfect person. But I know that Jesus is holding my hand and he'll never leave me nor forsake me. And that's the promise to us all. That's the promise to everybody. We're all the same. The ground is level at Calvary. He said, whosoever will, let him come unto me. Whosoever will. So don't feel like you're too bad. Don't feel like you're too good. God is willing to forgive you of your sin. And in so doing, you will be free. If the Son has set you free, you're free indeed. All right. The Holy Triad. Forgiveness, love, and a refuge. Remember it. All right? You're going to remember it? There's a test. Some of you Salt Lake parents, I'm going to test you on Monday or Tuesday. All right, we're going to pray, and then I'm going to lead us in a short song, about a minute and a half, called Give Us Clean Hands. And then we're going to go. It's 11:10. You'll be on the play yard by 11:15. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for allowing us to minister to you. And one of our air conditioners is broke, and I'm feeling it now. So I appreciate you. Just hang in there another couple of minutes, and we're gonna have a little song of invitation. The altar is open. If you need to come up here and pray, please feel free to do so. If you just want to sit at your seats and pray, that's fine. I'm just going to sing this song called Give Us Clean Hands. And church family, if you know it, feel free to sing along.
We bend our hearts, we bend our knees.
Appreciate you being here. Let's close in a word of prayer. Father, we are so grateful for all you do for us. And you said if we seek you, that we will find you. And I pray that all of us here would truly seek you and find you, and that you'd be a refuge for us, and that you'd show us love like we've never known, and freedom and forgiveness like we've never experienced. Thank you for all of these people, and I pray for them, the difficult situations in their life I lift up before your throne, and I ask you to get involved, and I pray that they would know that you love them, and that we love all of the people here, and that we are just a community designed to help each other understand who you are, and to win, mighty God, that we would win in this life and in the life to come. We bless you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. All right, so it's 11:12. I did better than described. All right, so go on out there, enjoy. We'll get the inflatables up in about 10 minutes. If you've got any questions, holler at those folks with the lights on, shirts on. I'll have one on eventually. God bless you and enjoy.